In this video, I would like to talk about what I found out about the worship of Black Madonna. It's popular in Poland and some other countries like France. And firstly, I thought that Black Madonna is associated with one voodoo spirit whose name is Azili, but then I think that basically I will talk about that voodoo spirit also, but I think that this Virgin Mary simply represents Mother Goddess, and since in many pagan countries that Mother Goddess has many aspects and many manifestations, so simply when we see Mother Mary in Catholic churches represented in very different ways, these are the aspects of their Mother Goddess, and they are not separate beings. They are simply the manifestations, for example, of different character displays of that Mother Goddess. This is very usual in India, where Goddess Parvati is told to have given birth to all the other goddesses, and according to her character, she will be called in a different way. For example, she has the fierce aspect of Kali, and another fierce aspect is Durga, and so forth. So, and it also, she also has a benevolent aspect, and then that benevolent aspect is portrayed as totally different goddess, but all of them are the same Mother Goddess. So I think it's the same with the Catholic Church, Virgin Mary, who's not Virgin Mary, who's just the Mother Goddess of pagan countries. And some nuns, for example, say, I spoke to a nun recently in South India, and she was really nice. She really wanted to understand more about Jesus, but she was seduced by the fact that Virgin Mary is true because there are so many miracles associated with her statues and paintings. And if she would read the real Bible, the KJV Bible, and not Catholic Bible, she would know that Satan can transform himself into an angel of light, and that, for example, in the time of Moses, pharaohs, magicians were also able to perform miracles. So of course Satan is able to perform miracles also. So for example, even demon spirit, familiar spirit that's in the statue of Mary would be able to do some miracles. This was known even in the times of the Bible, in biblical times. So unfortunately, many people are fooled by these miracles of Mother Mary, and they naturally think that because of these miracles she must be sane, she must be true, but she's just a human being. She had the human soul, she cannot help. And these spirits that manifest these miracles, they are demon spirits. So we find in the Catholic Church not the Mother Mary that's worshipped, but the Black Madonna, the Queen of Heaven, and is basically the mother. It's the Mother Goddess that most, probably all pagan countries worship, and they even worship her now, as we see in Catholic Church. So in this video, I will show you some images of Black Madonna and how they look the same as or very similar as the images of the demon spirits that pagan countries worship as their mother goddesses. And it's really funny that when so the Catholic Church itself is pagan, but it's pretending to be Christian, and then they convert others to Catholicism, and those pagan people, usually they just pretend to be worshipping Mother Mary and saints, but actually they continue worshipping their own demon gods. And so they don't realize that actually Catholics also worship demon gods, but most of them don't know it. So the worship of Mother Goddess was popular all over the world since ancient times, and it's popular today. Mother Goddess was usually associated with fertility. Different cultures worshipped her in different ways, attributing to her aspects similar to their own. For example, Black people would worship Black Mother Goddess, and Egyptian people give to it their own religious attributes, and so did Hindu people. In Africa, Divine Mother is worshipped in many aspects. We find the same to be the case in India. Ancient Greece, Egypt, and Babylon also had their own mother goddesses. In Catholicism, we find Mother Mary representing different aspects of the mother goddess, like it's usual in Hinduism, where one deity has many aspects, such as the fierce and the benevolent aspects. So the same we find in the Virgin Mary depictions, though of course those idols don't represent her at all, but they all point to the mother goddess, the queen of heaven. Female goddesses such as the ancient Sumerian goddess Inanna and her Babylonian equivalent Ishtar was the goddess of love, beauty, sexual desire, wisdom, war, and fertility. We find a similar representative of this goddess in Haiti voodoo religion too, who was called Azili Dantor. Haiti slaves who were forced to convert to Catholicism in the 18th and 19th centuries continued to worship their voodoo gods under the disguise of the worship of Catholic saints and Virgin Mary. They found it easy to worship the Black Madonna because they, I assume, recognized her to be their own deity. Even the facial scratches attested to it. Azili Dantor, the Black Madonna equivalent, was a fierce goddess who was a patron of homosexual single mothers, abused women, and children. She was the goddess of passion, sex, and war. People who are used to invoking her report that she needs little sacrifices to do one's bidding, and therefore she is evoked by many. She is described as being fond of knives. This particular deity belongs to the family of water spirits. She has 7 children, as some sources suggest, and one of the children is told to be her husband, which is very similar to Tammuz and Semiramis' story. She can be fierce, wild, aggressive, and difficult to control. She is independent and strong. Here's a popular song in her honor. 7 stabs of the knife, 7 stabs of the sword. Hand me that basin, I'm going to vomit blood. The blood runs down. Although she vomits blood, she continues on. This demonstrates that she would avenge her enemies despite the sustained injuries. When during voodoo rituals a person becomes possessed by this evil spirit of Azili, they might start vomiting blood as well. Azili Dantor myth tells that there was a long time rivalry between her and her sister Azili Freda. Her sister represents lasciviousness, flirtation, dissatisfaction in love, and pain. Her Catholic equivalent is the Weeping Mary with a pierced heart, and the reason she is represented with a pierced heart is as follows. These 2 sisters couldn't stand each other. There was a strong jealousy between them. They both were in love with one man, and they fought over this man. And during the battle, Azili Dantor took her dagger, which she always carried with her, and stabbed Freda in heart. That's where we get the Weeping Mary, because the sign of Azili Freda was a stabbed heart. Freda, in turn, removed the dagger and cut Azili Dantor's face, thus scarring her. Thus, you can see the scars on Santa Barbara Africana image, which was painted from the inspiration of the Black Madonna of Częstochowa painting. I don't know if the scratches on the Black Madonna painting indeed point to her voodoo origin, since the official story is different, but this particular image of Madonna indeed looks like a fierce tribal warrioress. This particular spirit, Azili Dantor, was conjured up in a voodoo ritual carried out by Haiti slaves in 1791. A black pig was sacrificed to evoke her and was drunk by the ritual participants. Some sources suggest that voodoo priests also made a deal with the devil at that time by writing the contract with pig's blood, in which they dedicated themselves and Haiti to him for 200 years in return for Satan's protection. When the spirit of Azili Dantor was conjured up during the ritual, it possessed the voodoo high priestess Marinette, and when she was possessed, she ordered to kill the French oppressors.
This caused the slave revolution. Her own people cut out her tongue as they were afraid of her disclosing their voodoo secrets if she was caught by the French. She was eventually burnt up alive. On January 1st, 1804, the nation of Haiti was born. This particular spirit likes black pig and black hen blood sacrifice, the offerings of wine, rum, beers, daggers, and strong unfiltered cigarettes. Her days are Tuesday and Saturday. Her Catholic saint associations are Our Lady of Chenstohova, Mater Salvadoris, Our Lady of Lourdes, Our Lady of Mount Carmel, Our Lady of Prompt Succor, and she is also associated with the Hindu divinity Parvati in her Kali or Chandi aspects. This last association is also proved by the fact that the Gypsy people of Europe see their goddess Parvati in Black Madonna paintings. They worship Parvati in a Catholicized way under the pretext of worshipping a girl who helped early Christian missionaries, and they see that Mary was in that company also when they were persecuted by Romans in France. But they themselves know that it's just a story to continue worshipping their Hindu goddess Parvati, because they themselves unofficially, for example in their blogs, acknowledge to be worshipping their mother goddess Parvati, as seen from writings as such from their websites. Sansara, Kalisara, Sarakali, Saralakali, Satisara, the Black Madonna, the Black Mother, many names for one goddess, saint, sacred to Roma all over the world. She is the goddess of fate, good fortune, fertility, and protection, and Roma honor her in pilgrimage by worshipping her statue through dance and community. So many ways, so many incarnations of the goddess who accompanied the Roma all the way from India. They attend the pilgrimage to La Sainte-Mère in France and other related ceremonies elsewhere honoring black female divinities. They even worship the Black Mother in the same way they do back in India. They give offerings to her, they dress her, they put garlands over her. During festivals, they also take that idol into the sea, just like the Satisara idol of India, which is carried into the waters of the Ganges River. The North Indians who migrated to Europe and now are called Gypsies or Roma people worship their warrior goddess Parvati, and in some Hindu myths it's told that Parvati has given birth to all the other female goddesses. Sometimes those goddesses are told to represent Parvati's aspects. For example, her fierce aspect is Kali and her demon-killing aspect is Durga. Gypsies consider her to be their protectress. The Gypsy people simply took their Hindu religion and now worship the same idol they worshipped in their country under the disguise of Catholicism so that their religion is preserved. The same has been done in Brazil and Cuba to preserve the worship of their African ocean spirits, and those ocean spirits have been blended with the Catholic figure of Virgin Mary and is now represented by her Our Lady of Regla aspect. So that is quite funny. Catholicism is all about the worship of pagan deities under the pretense of a Christian religion, under the disguise of worshipping Christian saints. And then the converted pagans continue worshipping the same demons under the disguise of Catholic saints, not knowing that they don't need to pretend because they are worshipping the very same demons that they worshipped in their religions. So Virgin Mary of Catholicism is not the mother of Jesus, but the Queen of Heaven, the Mother Goddess that was worshipped by pagans for thousands of years. She is worshipped in many cultures in different ways, and therefore we have differences of her appearance. She is also worshipped according to her different aspects, which are sometimes represented as different goddesses. Therefore, the worship of Mary embodies these variations of the Mother Goddess appearance also, and points to the fact that it's not the human being Mary that is worshipped, but the Mother Goddess, the demoness, who can shapeshift and is the female aspect of the god of fertility, who was also called Malak, Baal, Satan, Saturn, Kronos, and by many other names in different cultures, whose phallus is worshipped by Hindus to this very day. So these two gods are the gods of fertility, sex, and war, and that's what we see people worshipping today by watching violent movies with sexual content and paying money to attend satanic music concerts. So the same gods are worshipped to this day, though the way they are worshipped has been made more subtle, though children and animals are still sacrificed to these demons to this day by some. So please don't think that the Virgin Mary that Catholics worship is the same Mary through whom our Savior has come into this world. It's the Mother Goddess that's worshipped and not Jesus. Stay away from any place that has the statue of Mother Mary, as it's a place dedicated to demons. And yes, supernatural events can take place in such locations, as Satan is more than capable of performing miracles.
So that's all I wanted to cover in this video. Thank you for watching. Have a good day and God bless you.